Hi everyone. So here is Gracevyn Conversation with Grace Wong. So today is my privilege to have a conversation with Demmy Vybez. He's from Nigeria. So hi Demmy.
Hi Grace, how are you? How you doing?
Hi, I'm good. So
Yeah.
I want you to introduce yourself.
Okay, the name is Augustine Ukachukwu Akudike, actually known as Demmy Vybez. I'm a musical artist all the way from Nigeria, Africa. I'm into Afropop, that's my genre. I'm an Afropop and Afrobeat artist all the way from Nigeria, Africa.
So how long have you been as a musician?
How long? Okay. I've been a musician. It's been like I've been a musician all the way from 16 years. Yeah. I've been doing music all the way from 15, 16 years. So I've been having a lot of push from being a new genre, a newborn musician. Like from my own time, it's been quite a lot of push, all the way. So yeah, it's been like, yeah, that's a couple of years ago when I started my first track. So it's been a long time ago coming. Yeah.
Yes, interesting. But what makes you want to start your music uh career as so young as 15 years old?
Okay, I used to have lots and lots of inspirations from different people, like people I look up to, people like my cousin. I also got favorite musicians I listen to as of then, as of that time of my age, like Michael Jackson. Even if I don't really know how to dance much, but I think at least I can show some little moves. And also then I started getting to the vocal part of R. Kelly, Usher Raymond. Yeah, Usher, the American singer. I love the R&B music as of then. Like I love listening to good R&B music, and all those kind of songs actually got me wanting to be a musician. So I felt like, yeah, I have more inside of me that I have to explore. So that's why I started I started on this journey. I embarked on this journey. Yeah.
Okay. Augustine, as you mentioned, you actually sing Afro beats. So probably not many people will know or have any knowledge about Afro beats. Probably can you explain what is actually Afro beats? Is it origin from Africa, and what's the culture? What's the story behind Afro beats?
Okay. Story behind Afrobeat started from back in those days when we have Fela. Fela was the originator of Afrobeat. He is our Afrobeat father of Afrobeat, the father of Afrobeat music when it comes to the genre in Nigeria, because it started from Nigeria. Afrobeat they started from Nigeria, and Fela was our father of Afrobeat.
Mm.
So from the likes of Fela, so we started going down to so many other legends who came out, and we started going down to straight to people like Whiskey, Davido, which are the current legends in the making right now. Then we start going to the Gen Zs like Rema, all these are Nigerian good Afrobeat stars that have been doing it and making it big in the industry right now. So yeah, so it all started from Fela back in those days. So we in our country we appreciate Afrobeats because Afrobeats are what make us Nigerians. They are what make us who we are. We can't run away from our ancestors. So we always want to showcase to the world, and we're not shy or we're not shame or we're not ashamed. Sorry, we're not ashamed to show who we are to the world. So So doing Afrobeats is part of Nigeria, it's part of us, and that's why I love Afrobeats. Even if I listen to the likes of R&Bs from the US, the UK, and the rest of the world, but I prefer my own kind of music, Afrobeat, because that's what made me who I am today. So that's it.
Thanks for sharing. But can I know like which are the countries that actually hear your music, like Afrobeats music? Besides Nigeria, which part of other countries are listening to Afrobeats?
Okay. We got lots of good neighboring countries. We got even the US. We got good artists, good dope top artists listening to Nigerians Afrobeats. People know Fela music across the globe, the world. Fela's music has been established all around the world. So Afrobeats is not a hidden genre. It's an established genre that everyone is associated with one or two ways. If you go to the club in current times now, you get to see that most of the music you hear, if you hear some other trap music, you hear rap music, you're definitely going to hear the beats, the beat of Afrobeats, like the Afrobeat music coming in, sweeping your feet off the ground, and you'll be forced to dance because that's Afrobeats. Afrobeats always get you in the mood to dance. So Afrobeats is globally recognized, globally, the world as a whole, you know. So that's Afrobeat for you. Afrobeat is generally recognized. It's generally recognized.
I'm very curious. Because I heard some of the Afrobeat song and it's not entirely English.
Okay.
Yeah. So can you explain more? Because you use your own language, right?
Are you talking about the language?
Yeah, the language that you use in the song.
Yeah, we are Africans. We are Africans, Nigerians, So in our part of Africa, which is Nigeria, we have our various languages that we use in our sound that blend it and fully produce it as an Afrobeat,
Mm,
because we have the ways we communicate with our fans. Now our fans are from different tribes in our country, Nigeria. We have the Hausas, we have the Igbos, we have the Yorubas, we have several tribes. From inside these three major tribes, the Hausa, the Igbos, the Yorubas, we have different tribes inside these tribes I just mentioned. So we have the Lamba, like it's called Lamba, and in other words, it's called like an infused word that is being used to represent something when you're trying to express something, in your music. Maybe you're trying to express a term like um, uh, a baby, and all those kind of sound like golo and kolo, all those kind of things like they make me kolo, and all those kind of words. There are words that are actually local words that make us Nigerians, that we can actually flow with our fans over here in Nigeria, so they can understand what we are saying. And then we have the beats that will also combine to make this to make this production a finishing touch. Because Afrobeats are collection of various kind of music, like high life, the 1990s kind of music, and infused to the modern days kind of music. So we actually have. That's why if you listen to most of our Afrobeats celebrity songs, like songs that are actually doing well, most times they actually combine some past songs, even from the time of Fela. You bring it back and they renew it and make some branded changes and all that. So, yeah, Afrobeats mostly we use our local dialect languages and lambas, that can actually make it sell, sell to our own Afrobeat consumers and the world, because the world right now currently is listening to Afrobeat. So that's why it's always like that. So it's not complete without having the language inside of it. The language, even if you can understand it, but you can, if you put your ears down, you can get some little vital points of what we're saying, you know. So mostly for the Nigerians listening, they understand more better. Even the ones that actually living over in the US, they understand better because they know where they're coming from and they know what they're listening. So that's what makes us who we are. Mm.
Thanks for explaining more. Um, but what is normally the story that you sing about? Is it about love story or what is it about?
The story we sing about?
Yes. But the story that Afrobeats music or for your own music, normally what do you sing about?
Okay, I can talk about mine because I know we all have our various things like that inspires us to do music.
Mm.
You know, if I'm inspired by a particular drama or an incident that happened in the past, I can be lifted to do something and write about that particular thing. Like me, mostly I have the lover boy experience, and I always want to sing, express myself, especially to the ladies when I know that they actually mess with my sound and they love my music. So, and I also have some couple of good reality sound that I come up about, and those music are actually expressional as well, talking about life, talking about realistic things like hustling and making money, which is very, very vital for the society, because if you want to be someone tomorrow, then you need to make money. You need to make lots of money to actually get your needs done, and not the wrong way, the right way rather. So you just have to know that when we're talking about my music, you talk about love, emotions, you talk about realistic things like hustling, grind, being better, talking about the community, talking about the country, so we have our various stuffs that we can actually sing about in my sound, talking about my music.
Mm. So it's very realistic kind of music or sound, if I can put it this way. Am I
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah, very,
you're inspired by the current probably situation that what you're going through or maybe your country is going through.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Okay,
So what is your experience as a Nigerian musician in your own country?
okay, my experience as an upcoming artist in Nigeria, my own experience so far. Life has really taught me a lot, but in my own little experience, I know there was a certain time while I was actually coming up that I never had even the money to take a boat or pay transport to wherever I'm going for a show booking. Which at the end of the day, even the events that we're going for were not being paid, because most times the event coordinators, they just want to put us in and they will be the one to stand in for us and take the money. At the end of the day, we won't even see penny. And that is more like what we face in Nigeria as an upcoming artist, because most times what we just need to do is at that moment what we just need more of we need more of the promotion. We need more of the promotion. So probably we don't really need to put in more more complaints into all those things, because they're just the early beginnings of our stage in our life, and we just need to have in mind that it's not all about just that moment. It's about the future. So whatever you do it for the future. So that's why I really didn't see any big problem in doing and in keeping doing the best thing I can do for myself, because because I know it's not going to be easy in any description of life. It's never going to be easy to be the best person you want to be for yourself. So definitely, I had all those challenges, and also I remember the time I went for I went for an event, and I had the rain beating me back to back because I was not having the umbrella to actually protect myself, because then I never knew it's going to be raining at that moment. So if probably I had my car, then I would have just taken my ride straight to the event venue without having this issue of the rain and all that embarrassment. So most of all these things that, what am I trying to say? All these things are challenges that I actually faced while coming up as a musical artist, and up till now, it shaped me into being this Demmy Vybez that you see that everyone wants to listen to, everyone wants to vibe with, and all that. Because they don't know my story, but I will be the one to tell them my story. You know, talking to them and talking of experience. Yeah, we all have our different and various experience, but mine is just to tell you how much of the passion I have towards my music, and I will never stop. I'll keep on doing my music, keep on moving forward, and that's the best thing I could do for myself. Yeah.
Mm. Yes. Because I also want to ask you what actually motivates you or inspire you despite, the challenges that you are facing as a musician. So you have mentioned just now is passion that has driven you to still making music, even if there's any challenges. Is there any other uh motivation that helps you to keep going?
Yeah. God and myself. God and myself, yes. God always keep me going. God always keep me going, when I know I have a big God beside me, behind me, in front of me. So, I know, yes, I have a very, very bright day ahead of me, because I know who is beside me, who is governing my day. So I am my biggest motivation, because the more I wake up, the more I say to myself, I can do it. I can do it, and I keep doing it. So which is good. You have to have your own self as your own motivation, to lift your spirit, to motivate yourself. you know After God, yourself, then before family, friends. you know yeah.
So I'd like to ask you how you actually get your this name, Demi Vibes.
Okay. The name Demi Vibes was gotten from my dad. The Damien was my dad's name. So Demi was a short form for Damien. So I got the Demi from the Damien, and the vibes from, I love the vibe, everything vibing, and I love vibrations. I love Vibe Cartel. So I just needed something that I can actually attach myself, like Demi who's the viber and stuff like that. So I just needed to add like a vibe, the Demi and the vibe. So I found out that it was more like a match. So we had to go ahead with Demi Vibes. So that was how I came up with Demi Vibes.
Yeah, it's a very
Yeah.
interesting name.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
by the way, I know that you are a family-oriented person, and probably you can tell me more about your family background and like probably do they actually are the motivation behind your music career?
Yeah. Um sorry to say, yeah, I lost my mom. I think that was like 5 years ago, or 4 years ago. 4 years ago. So it's been really, really hard on me. Um we're five in numbers, two boys and three girls, and my mom is no more, but my dad is still alive. And Yeah, we miss our mom because she was always there. She was like motivation to me, She's always there to pull the family going. It's not easy to come by when she is not around, because she's always the one holding the family together. Yeah, but it's just like a new challenge. You're living without your mom. Like you're stepping on a different soil and trying to grind on that soil, knowing that the person who gave birth to you is not around in the world. So it's more like a bigger push, bigger struggle for you to move and overcome. And definitely, yeah, she's always there. She's always opening doors for me for real. She's watching over me. And definitely my heart is always gonna be there. Is gonna be thinking about her because she's in a better place right now. Yeah. So my family are my motivations. My motivation actually. My family, my dad, my brother, my sisters, they're all there. They've all been there. So yeah, we are wonderful, wonderful family. We're one loving family.
And just now during the conversation, you actually talk about your team. So
Yeah.
how do you select your team, or how does this team comes about?
Uh, that's a good question. I have people. I have people who believe in my music. So whenever you see or whenever you get to feel the energy of someone who really wants your success, you're going to know. Like you don't need someone to tell you because they will always be there to be like, hey, what's up? What's going to be the next thing we need to do? We need to shoot some videos. We need to do this. We need to get to this promotion stage. We need to get to the radio station. We need to do some things online. Like they're always there to tell you, to give you some tip of what you need to do next. And this is more like a burning candle on your back. Like when someone is burning a candle, trying to make you get more serious with life. Because if you don't get serious with life, then life will get serious over you. So probably you just have to put seriousness and also more of you add play into it as well because as I say, all play and no all work and no play make Jack a dull boy, right? So you add some more of the little play to make everything go well, but you always maintain your 100 personnel race for life. Yeah, I know how to work with people. I know how to gather people around, especially the real ones, which I have always gotten some backstabbers back in those days, and but we thank God for life. God has been merciful. Like I've been able to still get some few people who wants to work with me, who wants the benefits for tomorrow. So that's how I've been able to make up a team lately, and we've been good and been doing music and pushing all through. Yeah.
Yeah, as a person, how do you present yourself? Like, what is your value or what is your purpose to have this vibe towards your career or towards your family or towards your friends?
I think I don't have much of a word to say about that because I see myself as someone who's learning every day, someone who needs space to always learn and picture things that will improve my everyday activities, my everyday life. So I feel like, yeah, I present myself the way I run up to God to ask for daily bread every day. That's how I present myself every day to people around me, especially when they see that I'm always eager to move forward, you know. So when you actually keep yourself very sane and 100% focused, everybody around you will know that yes, they actually are with the right person connecting. So you just don't have to do much, and just all you just have to do is just keep working for people to actually feel your energy so they can actually support when they are needed to support, because um that's how life is. You just have to keep doing what you need to do best for yourself and leave the rest for God. So I present myself the way God has me for me. I don't need to be so too special. I'm just me. I'm just me, Demmy Vybez. I just present myself just in the eyes of God and just the way as God wants it to be. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thanks for yeah answering this difficult question. I know that there's quite a lot of musician in Nigeria. Am I right?
Yes, of course, you're right.
Yeah. So based on all this competition, how to how do you distinguish yourself from others?
Okay, how do I distinguish myself from other musicians?
Yourself or your music? Yeah, despite of the competition. I know it's quite fierce in your country.
I understand that. Thank you. Anyways, I really don't have any competition. Why I say I don't have competition? Not like maybe there are no competitions. I think I am the highest competition for myself. I am my own self competition because I look at myself every day. I try to develop and try to improve, know what to improve on every each day when I wake up, when I do my new sound, when I do the next music. I try to see what to improve on my sound, you know, and this is how I always get my whole my whole my whole improvements and yes, other musicians that have good musicians who actually, if I listen to, I'll be like, oh my gosh, this person can really sing. But doing music and having a style are two different things. You understand? Doing music and having a style are two different things. So when you do music, is it for the fun of it, or you do music because you want to sell out your music for people to buy? You get my point. So if you're doing your music to sell out your music for people to buy, then you need to come up with a style for your music to sell. Because when people go to the market to buy something, they want to check the difference of what they're buying. If this is looking like this, then they will go for the one that is the best of those two things that are looking like each other. Because they don't go buy something that's low of what they actually need. They want the best. So when you go in trying to do music, you try to see if you can actually create a style for yourself to be unique. So I know that I am unique. I have my style. If you go listen to my sound, you see that I am different in the way I sound and everything I do. Because I don't need to sound like Whiskey. I don't need to sound like Davido to be the best. I am my own best. I can be my best because the sky is high and broad enough for everyone to fly in.
Mm.
So this is what makes me different. I'm different because I have my style, my unique style. I'm different because I'm Demmy Vybez. I'm different because of people who are with me, people who actually want to see me progress, people who come together to like my team. My team, I have a good team with me. People who actually motivate me to keep pushing. Yes, and I also have a manager who she's a Singapore. She also do her best for me as well. So I thank God for having such person in my life, by the way, because I would have known how far it would have been. Maybe probably the road would have been so 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 rough. But at the end of the day, we will prevail. But it's more smoother with her in it. So I'm happy for all these people I just called over because they are my motivation. They keep me going, and God finalized everything and sealed everything. So this is fine, and that's who I am. I'm unique in my way. I have my style, and that's how I go with my musical.
That's awesome. Yeah, thanks
Yeah.
for really sharing your
Thank
heart. Um,
you.
so probably the last question is, um, what can you tell yourself probably 10 years down the road or even the 20 down the road? What do you see yourself? or what are you becoming?
Hmm. That's a very, 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 very good question. Anyways, I know definitely I'm a star. So from now to 10 years from now, I know I see myself. I know what I am already, and I see myself as a star, a legend who is going to be doing so well worldwide, the throughout the globe. I will be actually having my music being selling out and also hitting the tours, the streets, the neighborhoods, performing my songs for people singing my songs word for words, you know. So this is a dream I have, the dream of a musical artist, the dream of a musician, whom God have called, and also my gifts, that I have, that I don't have to keep it alone. I have to spread it all to the world. So I see myself as a living legend who has a lot of experience, who wants to experience with the people and also connect with them, you know. So that's why I see myself. I see myself as a living legend. And 10 years to come, and I'll be doing so much. I'll be performing in all events and making a lot and lots of good income from my practical performance. Yeah.
So where can your audience find you?
Yeah. You can catch me on Facebook, Augustine Ukachukwu, and you can get me on Instagram at Demmy Vibes. Demmy Vibes. You join everything together, you put it Demmy Vibes. The spelling is DEMM, then Y, then the VYBEZ. So yeah, you get it. So also Twitter, you get it, Demi Vibes. Also TikTok, you get it, Demi Vibes as well. So you can get me on all social media. I'm there. Let's connect. Let's go.
Thanks, Augustine. Before we end the session, what do you want to say to everyone or anyone here?
Okay, first of all, I'm gonna say I have a new single that I want you all to go listen to, my fans, and that's titled Available. My baby, give me chance, I go pay. I get the plans for real. No, they like Agidi of Lily. Make we dance, Ogelemba. I dey Lagos for real. Meet me now for the center. Yeah, this is my new sound. Is out on all platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, Audiomack, wherever you can actually be able to listen from in whatever country you are. So just go stream it and just tell me what you think about it. Feel free to comment, make a video, post and tag me, and I'll be there to repost. And yes, back to what I was being asked. I want to say thank you, for you yourself out there trying to make yourself bigger. Thank you very much. It's not easy. All I just want to say is keep on doing what you need to do. Keep on being the best person you can. Never look back. Always look forward and pray for grace, pray for blessings. Pray that God should announce you, which is the very, very important thing. If God announces you, then every other person will see you. Every other person will get to know you, because God's announcement is the best announcement, So just pray for grace and also remember that Rome was not just built in one day. So you just need to keep on building the brick gradually till you get it right. Okay. So shout out to you, my fans. Shout out to you all for always supporting. Ciao. Love y'all.
Thank you, Augustine. It's a very good, very, very good conversation with you. I got inspired right now. Yes. So I wish you all the best for everything that you do, especially in your music career.
Thank you
Okay?
very much. I appreciate it. All right.
Okay,
Bye. Bye.
bye.
That's some other time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Grace. Thank you. Thank you very much for for doing this. You're amazing. You just keep doing the good things, preaching love and helping people with your conversations. And I know so many people out there who wants to explore and talk about their life and their past experience, about their journey, their musical journey, and story. So it's a good thing you started just here. So kudos and keep good work, okay?
Thank you for your encouragement. Yeah. Um, is there anything that your fans or anyone can support you?
If they want to support me, they should just do well to share my music, keep streaming my music, and that's the major way to support me. Tell someone or two persons or three persons or four persons or five persons about me. If you're telling five persons, then that means you're the most supportive person I ever seen. So you just go ahead and just do what you need to do to actually, you know, save a story for tomorrow. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yes, another question is what do you want to say to those uh people who wants to be a musician in Nigeria?
I'll just say, just be yourself. Put God first and be yourself. Be unique, be consistent, be yourself. That's the overall. Just be yourself.
Thank you.
Thank you.